Millions of Africans live in informal settlements, like the one here in Kigali. Africa's cities are exploding and the continent is struggling to cope. An architect from Rwanda has big dreams. Christian Benimana wants Africa's booming cities to flourish.
When these settlements are done in a planned way, it's difficult to reverse those trends, even though the government of Rwanda is doing a lot of efforts to provide basic services for the residents of such neighborhoods to make sure people are living in safe, clean neighborhoods. But most cities in Africa are faced with the same challenges as well.
From Lagos to Kinshasa to Nairobi, governments are unable to manage urbanization, and those moving to the city often can't afford to build properly or pay expensive rents. So slums grow. Rwanda is well aware of the critical situation.
We are trying to establish different programs, running away from the social program, but also moving towards also trying to prepare the ground for them. Currently, the government is very much committed to promoting access to housing.
Recent housing projects in Kigali were more suited to the upper middle class. Affordable solutions for the masses are still missing. Christian Benimana is training a future generation of African designers to find innovative, sustainable and affordable solutions to the enormous need for infrastructure. Not only houses, but also hospitals and schools. Here in the northeast of Rwanda, a new primary school is being built, using as much local material as possible.
They're very good quality bricks and they're building them really nicely. There's also this idea that the basic materials we use for construction in Africa cannot be built in an elegant way, and we want to prove that wrong.
The 37-year-old convinced the government that building with bricks, volcanic rock and locally made roof tiles is cheaper than importing expensive materials, and that it's worthwhile investing in local craftsmen.
Earlier models where people bring in specialized contractors to build things and leave haven't been successful. So by investing in these people, there's a chance that this could be replicated also easily again here. And if these people were to migrate to other districts in the country, it's much more efficient than getting Chinese contractors or Turkish contractors.
Christian Benimana studied in China, where he saw mega cities grow as well as the challenges that come with this. Today, he's the director of the African Design Center, which opened in Kigali 2 years ago. 11 design graduates from 8 African countries learn how to take on the challenge of Africa's enormous growth.
We're trying to understand the real problems that we are facing and not just browsing over statistical data and say we need X amount of housing, but down deep and understand what that housing means for the residents of Africa. What does African city or African urban living mean? What does African mean?
For most Africans, urban living still means enduring slum conditions. Christian Benimana is convinced that there's a need for this new generation of African designers to come up with solutions.
Basically, it's a strong belief in me that we have a very rare chance in this country and on this continent to do things right at this particular moment.
Can Africa cope with the challenge? Christian Benimana doesn't have the final answer, but at least he wants to try.